Many of the youth of India, they are quite inspired by Western culture. Like they see movies and they see like bikes, cars, fast life, electronic gadgets and all. They're quite
I mean, hang on a second. That statement used to be true.
Yeah.
It used to be true. At this point, India is Western culture.
Yes.
It's not that they're inspired by Western culture. They, like the rest of the world, have adopted technological advancement and self-aggrandizement and the acquisition of material things to try and reach happiness on a wholesale level. And they're probably going to surpass the U.S. soon. Now, we still export culture because we got Hollywood. But, you know, Bollywood's growing up. And there's also kind of a resurgence of like a kind of a Sindhu Saraswat Hindutva identity where they're becoming materialists on their own terms. But yeah, I mean, what you're dealing with, it's not really that India's following the West anymore. It's that the material world is a materialistic place. And so it's the same cure. There's a little bit of a Hindutva conception that's behind your question, which I think at some point had more validity. But when you go to a village now and you see every single village has like a satellite, you guys are the same as the West, man. You are the West. In some ways, we're following you. You know what I mean? We get our doctors and engineers from here. You know, you've got the burgeoning middle class. You've got all the technological advancements. We're having to like borrow stuff from you guys now. Oracle and this and that, some of the best run companies in the world. So I think what you're dealing with is kind of a misunderstanding of a really basic problem, which is that people are materialistic. People are materialistic. They always have been, they always will be. There's no golden age at which people weren't materialistic. People have always been materialistic. It's like you start with the Satya Yuga, things start to degrade from there. It's entropy. There's dharmasya glani. There's the degradation of religion. It happens from the very beginning. That's why Krishna mentions it. That's why it has to keep coming back again and again and again. There's a natural entropy that exists in the world. Things degrade. They're always degrading. And so what is it that people have to realize to take Krishna consciousness seriously? They have to become materially exhausted. Whether that's by reversals in their life or by some devotee preaching to them very strongly and illuminating things for them. It's the same thing it's always been. It's bala utpadita. They get faith by the strength of another. Somebody places that faith in them. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur uses this language to explain how somebody gets faith in Krishna. And so our job is to not be materialistic ourselves. Our job is to become purified ourselves, to take this thing seriously ourselves, and then to help other people do that. If we do that ourselves, people will become inspired by our lack of materialism. If we're materialistic, then like we can't really preach. Like Narad Muni had to stop eating sweets before he could tell that kid to stop eating sweets. And so we need to practice, and when we practice, people will be inspired. And the truth is, Krishna's wonderful. Krishna's beautiful, and Bhagavad culture is a beautiful thing. It always has been, it always will be. It represents a viable alternative, the only alternative to modern materialistic culture. And we have a great gift to give to the world. And it's the same, the gift is good for people from India, it's good for people from the West, and it's good for people from everywhere in between. And they have to confront the same thing. They have to get over their own materialism, and they have to get over their impoverished notions of what real happiness looks like. And they have to get over this kind of like hell-bent pursuit of acquiring things in order to become happy, and to stop looking outside themselves for happiness and look inside themselves for happiness, and stop making the world beautiful by giving their prana to it and bringing life to dead matter, the same way light brings life to a piece of film and it looks very beautiful and attractive, and they got to turn that light back inward, and they got to look inside, and they got to find actually the real beauty is within themselves, and that Krishna's there as well. And so we have the same mission, but there's no longer it's like Americans are coming to India and corrupting our youth. It's just like everybody's materialistic like they always have been. And it's just going faster and faster. And it's not satisfying. And Vaishnavism is. And if we can live that, then we can show it